Which training methodology do you use? Dorian Yates is good at one system. It's certainly not the best system. Arnold certainly doesn't do it. But Frank Zane and Boyako are proponents of both systems. The body. If Ronnie Coleman did this, he would be walking again. Leaning backwards, pointing your hands towards the ground. See if you can do this for 30 seconds. You want to put your body in a position, bending backwards, where it actually causes the synovial fluid to flow. This movement helps release it. And as you get older, it becomes harder and harder to do. And that's when you're going to need it more than ever before. Here's another test you can do. Find a safe place to hang with your feet off the ground and hang for 15 seconds. If you can work your way up to 2 minutes, you'll be Superman. This is traction. It helps release synovial fluid. It's good for your shoulders. It definitely helps with your back. And most importantly, it gives you super grip strength. You've got to be able to balance on one foot. This will test your pelvic floor muscles. You've got to be able to do this for 30 seconds. Pressing the coffee table with a closed grip. Again, thinking I needed a bench to press. Remember, I was 12. I improvised my own equipment by using bricks and a metal bar. Purely time under tension. And gleamed bits of information from magazines. And oh, look at this. I spent a long time under tension. Sometimes squatting for 5 minutes where I couldn't walk for the next 2 weeks. I also used hack squats, which was invented by George Hackenschmidt, and I used a method that I copied from Steve Reeves, who used to hook it on the back of his belt. And because I used light weights, there were no injuries. I later used the same style of training with Serge Nubret, who was the French bench press champion. That was my next lesson in intensity, using light weights. He trains with light weights, baby. And he had me struggling with my light warm-up weights. My chest was so sore, I couldn't hug my girlfriend for days. I suggest this Larry Scott dip exercise, which I've customized and do with a pulley, 1 or 2 hands at a time, with a lightweight baby. And it ain't nothing but a peanut. Larry Scott was the first Mr. Olympia, and he happened to be drinking beer with Joe Weider, and it was called Olympia, and that's how it got its name. He retired when Sergio Oliva came to prominence. Sergio won the Olympia 3 times, and when he competed in the Pro Mr. Universe, he lost. The biggest mistake people make in building muscle is going ballistic, throwing weights around. On top of old injuries, it makes it worse than smoking. Lifting heavy weights is not the best way to make gains. I found lifting light weights with the right momentum and the right amount of repetition not only more difficult, but far superior than lifting heavy weights. Having said that, you can use heavy weights with the right amount of cheating and textbook form. The Weider cheating method, this is called towel pulls, which is a rowing exercise for the back, generally done backstage before they walk on stage. I combine this with radar pulls, which were invented by Peary Radar from the original Iron Man to expand your rib cage. And it's good for your lats, your posture, and your pectoral muscles. I combine these with the Wim Hof breathing technique to significantly increase my health through oxygenation. This is a technique that was taught to me by Brian Lambert, who is a teacher of osteopathy, and this is one of his longevity techniques that is used throughout his life. He was one of the world's strongest men for his weight. He is currently 90 years of age and is the father of a 5-year-old daughter. While I'm hanging, this is not only good for my grip strength, but it's also activating my latissimus dorsi by doing scapular rotations like this. Continuing to hang, I do these by bringing your knees up as close as possible to the chest without swinging. This is for the abdominal area. While continuing to hang and develop your grip strength, you're bringing your feet up to your bum. One of the best ways to work your calves is by doing body weight calf raises with 1 or 2 legs on steps while doing static holds in between. This is called the Pilates bridge. You're laying on your back with both feet flat on the ground. You're coming up into a bridge, lifting 1 foot off the ground and balancing on 1 leg, activating the buttocks and hamstrings of that side. Hold that for 20 seconds and then come back down and do the other leg. Doing this will significantly tighten your stomach muscles. This will significantly tighten your stomach muscles. Please don't do this if you're pregnant. This is one of the exercises he performed. This not only works the biceps, it works the brachialis muscles that are between the bicep and the tricep, which he recommends doing for 3 sets of 60 reps, supersetted with lying dumbbell extensions. I do it with bricks because it enhances my grip more so than holding dumbbells. Doing supersets like this, going from the first exercise to the second exercise with no rest, really enhances the pump. He does this for 100 repetitions. So this exercise here works the tricep muscles, the long head of the triceps, and it actually forms a complete workout. This is the art of bodybuilding.